7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin transmission.
Welcome to Black Noir Radio.
Yellow. Hi, everybody. Okay, so look, first of all, you know who I am. I'm your host, Alistair. I'm co-hosted today by an awesome squirrel called...
Beefy, your favorite shit-talking squirrel friend. And we have a third guest today. Look at her. She's over there in the corner there. What's your name, friend?
Hey, squirrel. Hey.
Hey,
My name's
squirrel friend.
Kerry. My name's Kerry. Hey, Alistair.
Kerry
Hi, Kerry.
It's Kerry from Kerry Culture. We don't
No,
have
Yeah,
our- we don't have our round of
I know.
applause button here. I'm applauding. I'm applauding for you.
It's characters, though.
Do you know what?
Wait, is it?
Oh,
Yeah, so it's characters. Like you know how you draw a caricature?
I've been saying Kerry Cultures this entire time. I'm so
It's okay.
sorry.
A lot of people get it wrong. It's okay. It's
No.
okay.
Kerry from Kerry.
please,
Kerry
if you see my
Culture.
name, can I tell you that? Let me tell you, there's a person, when I was in high school, you know, my name is Alistair, right? This girl used to call me polyester. I was like, okay, how the hell do you get polyester from Alistair? Yeah, that happens. I hope that made you giggle.
Alistair Insecure.
Yeah.
Insecure.
It made you giggle. Yeah, it worked. It's like, hi, polyester. I was like, what? That's not my name. Anyway, look, guys,
Alistair
today is
Insecure.
going to be a special episode. No. Yes, Alistair Insecure. You're so funny. when
How
say
are
my
you?
last
How
name.
are you? How was your week?
Special episode today. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Biffy?
We're Gucci. We Gucci.
And Kerry, are you excited to be here today?
I am. I want to thank you guys so much for having me and let me be in your little special little thing today. This is so much fun. I'm excited to talk about something different.
Our tiny little, well, it's something different. I don't know about that, but tiny little corner of the internet here for our 10
Kerry,
viewers. You grace
we're
us
so
with your presence.
excited to be here. Let me tell you why we're excited, because it's a small community, the Darrell Brooks Haters Club. It's a very small community. And, you know, not a lot of people want to talk to us. So I'm super glad, Kerry, that you agreed to be here. So yes, thank you for being here. Yeah, 100%. So to anybody, first of all, the people who are returning, thank you for coming back and trusting us with your eyeballs. The second thing is for the replay crew, don't forget to press like, subscribe if you haven't done so. And thank you so much also for coming here and pressing play and watching us. All right? Let's just get that out. Okay, look, I
We're
have
grateful that you're here.
a little story to tell you. Today, we got a news from the daycare, and the daycare said that there's hand and mouth disease outbreak. So we didn't bring.
Hand, mouth, and foot. That's like very big between the kids.
Yes. So we get the email, and I look at the email, I blink like 6 times, and I go, what the hell? So I go to Chris and I go, all right, you know, we can't go to the daycare for a little while. And Chris looks at me and says, oh my God, Alistair, what? We're gonna have to be parents? I said, yes, we're gonna have to be parents. It was great. It was such a funny statement. Of course, he meant it jokingly, but Chris was like, oh no. And I was like, look, daycare is so essential. How dare you make me pay for it? It's just so amazing. But anyway, that being said, I hope everyone is doing great. I hope you have your popcorn and your...
Kerry, how are you? Are you having a good
Yes.
week?
I'm good. I'm having a really good week. Yes, thank you.
Nice. Nice.
Beefy.
Yes, sir.
You are such an amazing squirrel with very long teeth.
Oh, you're an amazing person, friend.
Thank you. Good thing we're both mammals. Now, take it away, Beefy.
All right. Strap yourselves in, boys and girls, because here we effing go. Darrell Edward Brooks Jr. Where do you even start with this guy?
Okay.
Holy.
Wait, excuse me. I don't recognize that name.
Yeah. Who are you talking about?
On what
Who's
ground are you basing this from, Kerry? How dare you?
Browns.
It's a tacit agreement.
Yeah, we're tacit agreementing right now all over the place.
How dare you all? Who have you asked this for permission from?
Sherry Yelverton in the chat saying 3 of my 4 favorites. I'm assuming the 4th is J9, but that's an assumption.
Jane.
All right, we'll get into
Cher?
Oh, okay. She's
Oh,
a
it's
she's a Carrionite,
Cher.
a Kerry
No.
Culturian.
She watches all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know Cher. Please, with a name like that, you remember it. Cher Yelverton. Okay.
Sherry Yelverton.
Okay.
All
Cher
right.
Yelverton.
Oh,
it's Charlotte Etienne. By the way, completely random. Americans, do you see the accent on the E? Mm-hmm.
E-
Charlotte
Etienne.
Etienne. Oh, beautiful. Anyway.
Okay, Alistair, turn off the comments because we're diving in and I need your full
Oh,
attention.
right.
Even though I know you know this story, I know all 3 of us know this story inside and out. We're still going to go through it beat for beat as if the story had never been told. So, get your Doug Funny flashback moment, the wow, and just erase what you know about this case from your memory. And I want to take y'all back to a cold Wisconsin day. And although this story might primarily concern the events surrounding November 21st of 2021, to truly tell this tale correctly, we need to go back to just 3 weeks prior, where a domestic abuse altercation would take place between one Darrell Brooks Jr. I gotta do my technical stuff. Boom, there he is. Oh, what a face. Look at that mug. Ew. Where one Daryl, yes, sir.
You have a talent for picking the right pictures.
Yes, I do. I noticed that.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Look at them nails. Ooh.
Right?
Oh, yeah, he still had them even before he was in, because people said that it was when he was in jail. We're going to have so many side tangents about this guy. But people were saying that the long nails were to scratch guards and stuff because I've heard security guards say he's what they call a gasser. So he throws
poop
fluids at them. Yeah. And so the theory is he would scratch the guards with his nails and then throw the stuff. Oh, so gross. It tracks with his vile personality. But at any rate, 3 weeks before the actual incident, during a domestic abuse altercation would take place between one Darrell Brooks Jr. and Erica Patterson. During this incident, Darrell would not only strike Erica several times with a closed fist, but also run her over with his mother's Ford Escape, which was primarily being used as Brooks as a residence for the currently homeless sex offender. Oh, that photo just breaks my heart. Darrell and Erica's relationship, I struggle to even use the word relationship because he preyed on this poor girl when she was just a minor. The girl, so this girl is absolutely caught up in the living hell that is the cycle of abuse. Like, he would ultimately be convicted of these charges, requiring him to register as a sex offender. And he would go on to father children with her that he would pay no attention to. But at any rate, it should not be understated in any circumstance of the word that Darrell Brooks is a career criminal. You go through his extensive history. We don't have time to get into all of it right now.
Yeah.
But him being arrested for domestic abuse allegations was nothing new, is what I am trying to express to you in this moment. This was very much an ongoing thing for, if not a decade, more than a decade of him abusing Erica and just all kinds of a litany of crime, which would ultimately apex in the latter half of 2020 and then just erupting into an explosion of violence in the latter half of 2021, the details of which we will get into shortly. But a convicted felon for a number of years, Darrell was also arrested for firing a gun at his nephew in July of 2020, a charge that he would ultimately take a plea deal for, not before throwing his son under the bus, but again, story for another time. I saw that in Kerry's stream. Good times. But this was an important lesson for Darrell. Being a convicted felon, Darrell is not allowed to own or possess firearms. a fact which in the fall of 2021 he was all too aware of due to his arrest that previous summer. So during this argument with Erica, that an awful idea sparks in Daryl's head. At a gas station in Milwaukee, despite being punched in the face by a 5 foot, what is he, 5'4"?
5'4",
150 pounds or something like that.
150. Yes.
Like he's not a large man. Look at this guy. Like if Erica isn't bigger than him, they're at least similarly sized.
Unbelievable.
For the record, it says on the records that he was only 135 pounds.
135.
Yo, Credence and Mikey's in the house. Sorry, we got another YouTuber extraordinaire. That's pretty cool. What's up, man? Glad to have you here.
Hi. Let me go to the.
They're big time.
Hi.
Anyways.
Hi.
So when Daryl likely began barking orders at her, probably that was something along the lines of "Get back in the car, give me your money, shut the fuck up, bitch." That kind of just controlling ass scare we've all heard a million times. And Erica being the fucking queen that she is, she probably wasn't just having any of it. So in this moment at a gas station in Milwaukee where, Daryl's trying to get her, say, just coaxed back into the car and Erica's not listening, probably trying to get away.
Yeah.
Daryl begins to sense something in what was, probably previously his formerly obedient victim. He began to feel the control over her slipping. A fact that undoubtedly sent this man into spiraling into a panic. And, the three of us have studied this man's toxic behavior patterns to a T. So I want to put a question before the three of you guys. What is Daryl's typical response when he's confronted with a situation that makes him feel scared or anxious or panic? Like, how does he typically handle those emotions?
I can tell you from very, very, very experienced background that he has two options. Either he's going to choose violence or he's going to try to flee. So it depends on who's in front of him. If you notice, every time he's in front of comparable strength, he shrinks or deflects or tries to play coy or like, oh, that's not what I meant. No. But if he's in front of, someone that he can overpower, then he chooses violence.
Kerry, what do you think?
I was gonna. My first word was gonna be deflect, but yeah, if it's a woman, it's violence.
It's violence.
Okay, so in this situation, right, where he's feeling what he sees as his object, right? He very much sees Erica as his property. As disgusting as that is, like it seems so backwards from how you would interpret and see another human being. But you have to put yourself in the mind of this maniac. He's looking at her as his property. He's feeling in this moment that he's trying to command her around, and she's rebuffing that by, no, I'm not doing what you're telling me. He's getting the panic, and he's sensing that she's slipping through his fingertips, which is ultimately going to cause the anxiety. So in this context, Alistair, I think you hit the nail on the head perfectly to summarize that. Like you said, if it's a woman or something he's not intimidated by, it's chaos, violence. He acts out. He disrupts. But I think you have a really good point here because we've seen it later in the altercation with Nicholas Kirby, where when he's confronted with somebody who might be of a similar size or more so physical stature, we see like you said, Kerry, the deflection, the lies, the running away, basically anything he can do to remove himself from the situation because he can't resort to violence as a means for control.
Yeah.
So however you want to word it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say he has an amazing ability to jump to another topic, and
Yes.
If the man would put any kind of effort behind what he does, he could have been a salesman or an attorney himself. I'm just going to say.
I've heard a lot of people say that, and I don't want to dive too much into the narcissistic tendencies or whatever. But actually, I did a long video outlining the narcissistic tendencies and how he weaponizes them. And like, I actually will call out on the screen if anybody's interested. It's on my. I'm not trying to plug my shit, but anyways, I'll call out. Like gaslighting, ghosting, manipulation, deflection as he's employing them, and it's literally sentence by sentence that it's horrifying to watch at certain points of the trial, the way he is able to open his toolbox and just for whatever the situation, whether it's a pliers or a screwdriver or whatever, like he knows the exact right tool to get
Yeah.
exactly what he needs for whatever the situation
What to
dictates.
say.
But
Yeah.
I think that was very much learned behaviors over a lifetime of, like I said, trying to
Yeah.
manipulate, whether that's through violence or through other means. It's just a means to an end for him to get, because I do not believe he has a high
Yeah.
intellect. We see that through the trial, that even just basic comprehension, he struggles with. Like, very simple,
Yeah.
rudimentary things. He's not
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he's on the grandest stage of them all, and there's a lot of pressure. Yo, Alicia in the house. But even still, I was dumbfounded at certain points. So, like, how are you not getting this? So I don't
Yeah.
think that if he was to have applied himself, he ever really would have amounted to much, just given
Really?
the circumstances his life placed him in. That's just my opinion, because I don't think he has an aptitude or the motivation to apply himself to anything meaningful. That's just me.
So it's important that we also understand the context here, because Darrell Brooks is not an educated man. He only has a GED. So he never actually went to school and stayed in school long enough to acquire proper intellect as you and I might know it. But to be a narcissist, an effective narcissist, actually all of them are extremely emotionally intelligent. That's what makes them very dangerous. So I was talking about how, like, in a court of law, their antics don't work, but in real life, it's very effective. Because when you meet someone who's in distress, right? Like, oh my God, help me, please. I need some help. Can I please borrow your phone for a phone call? You're not going to think twice about it. Like, oh, sure, I guess I can lend you my phone, right?
Mm.
Naturally, most people are empathetic and sympathetic, and they prey on that. They prey on but in order to see who is vulnerable, you have to be able to read specific cues and understand the feedback from the person you're looking at. That's
I think
very
you're absolutely right. He has an insane amount of emotional intelligence,
It's
like
a very
down
high
to
emotional intelligence. Mhm.
the micro, what do they call micro emotions on people's faces.
Yep.
Like, his ability to read people is next level. But again, like, we're talking about two different things, right? There is intellect and there's intelligence. I think somebody who's, like I said, manipulated throughout his entire life, again, has attained those set of skills through manipulation his entire life. I don't necessarily know that he was born with a brain that was emotionally intelligent. I think he acquired those skills
Yeah, of
over
course, it's a skill.
an entire
Absolutely.
career of crime.
Yeah,
But you're
it's a
absolutely
skill.
correct. His
He's
emotional
not smart.
intelligence is off the charts.
He's not smart. He's emotionally intelligent, but he's not a smart man. But he's not smart because he never actually stayed in school. If you take someone like my dad, for example, who is a doctor, you combine the education of a doctor and the emotional intelligence of a monster, you get a very, very, very dangerous combination.
Yeah.
So no, Darrell Brooks is not a smart man on the definition of smart, but he has a level of emotional intelligence that's above the average person.
For sure. Agreed.
I think I think the one thing that makes us question him so much, and his intelligence and everything else, is we still don't understand why he did what he did. Why?
Yeah.
You
Why?
said, wow.
Yeah. And we'll get there here in not
Sorry.
too long.
Sorry.
No. Oh,
Sorry
no,
about
no, no. This is great. Don't be sorry.
No, it was funny.
We'd
Wow.
love to hear from you. Yeah. Wow. Come on, man. All right. So yes, he's reacting to the panic of Erica slipping through his fingertips in the only way he knows how to interpret those emotions, which is, chaos. It's violence. He acts out, however you want to word it. And with his threats of physical violence waning, he can't beat her into submission. He can't scream her into submission. He doesn't have a handgun because he's a registered felon. So it's in this moment, backed into a mental corner, that Daryl makes a horrifying, disgusting decision. He puts his car into drive, he takes his foot off the brake, and he accelerates. And he accelerates into Erica. This collision would leave her with a broken leg and an arm, and that's on top of all the bruises to her face. This seemingly unrelated incident of violence would become the catalyst for the events in which we are about to talk about. It was in this split-the-second decision to run over Erica with his mother's Ford Escape that Daryl learned an important lesson. He doesn't necessarily need to hit anyone physically. He doesn't even need a weapon. Shit, he doesn't even need to stand up. With just a small press of his foot on the gas pedal, he can turn his mobile home into a weapon of mass destruction.
Mobile home. Beefy, you're so shady. Okay.
Mobile home.
Yeah,
Beefy,
had
you're
to-
such a shade monster.
Had to
Mobile
slip-
home.
Had to slip that one in there, yeah.
His
The consequences.
RV.
Yeah, the TV in the back, yeah, wardrobe in the back seat. Yeah. Okay, where the fuck was I here? The
Sorry.
consequences. Oh no. Tanya, we love hearing from you. Please do not be sorry. We encourage the banter. It's great. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The consequences of which could only be compared to terroristic levels of threats, and that's why I chose that word, weapon of mass destruction, because it's really the only equivalent is a terroristic threat. This event was.
Yeah. Wait, that's a great word, by the way. Weapon of mass destruction. That actually would fit the profile. Oh.
Yeah.
You're so smart. Continue. Sorry.
Oh, that's a pretty common term. I didn't coin that. So yeah, this one undoubtedly affects his decisions in the afternoon of November 21st, 2021. Daryl would be arrested shortly after this altercation at the gas station. Oh, I thought I had that mugshot. I guess it's just the same. My bad. Okay. And despite Daryl's best efforts to manipulate Erica from inside jail, I would argue for anybody that's listened to those phone calls, by the way, definitely witness intimidation. But for anybody that hasn't heard those transcripts, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
Hearing the way he speaks to her, it changed me. Like that somebody would speak to another person like that, let alone somebody they quote unquote care about, was, yeah, I couldn't believe it. But he would be let out on a very low bond of just $1,000 days later due to internal errors within the Justice Department. This error would come into question in the years to follow, as if this near-career criminal had been held in custody, perhaps the events surrounding November 21st would never have come to pass.
Never.
Speaking of which, let's get into exactly what occurred on that fateful November afternoon. On said morning, Daryl was staying in the same Ford Escape he had used to run down Erica, and although his mother would claim she had no knowledge of him taking it, this would prove to be false time and time again. Erica would be staying in a women's shelter, signing the abuse allegations, and although the two were legally barred from communicating, Daryl would spend the morning calling and texting her constantly, harassing her about bail money he claimed she owed him, even though it was his mom that actually bailed him out. After a few hours of being harassed via cell phone at the shelter, Erica would leave the shelter and spend the day with Nicholas Kirby and Corey Runkle, having a few drinks at Frame Park. When Daryl ultimately tracked her down to this location is when the violence ensues. Daryl would coax her into his car and take her on what can only be described as a ride from hell, as he toured through neighboring communities, verbally and physically assaulting her along the way. This would ultimately climax in an altercation between the two, and Erica's friends from the park outside of an elementary school, the footage of which we will take a look at right now. While I get this set up, thoughts so far?
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Oh. Go ahead, Kerry.
I wanted to add something really quick. I've been diving into these items that have been disclosed recently from law enforcement, and the reason that she met up with him that day was because he had threatened to unalive himself.
Oh gosh, the fucking manipulation.
I was going to say
gross.
that. That's the reason why she met up with him, because he threatened to do, I was going to say that.
He was it didn't matter what he said. He was going to use any means to an end. You know what I mean? Like we see it at the trial. He has if she ignored the suicide, it would have been something else. I'm going to kill your family.
It would have been something else. Exactly. Because he was determined that was the day where he was like, she needs to go.
And he was even using like what I read. He would using the fact that he wanted to marry her to get her to not file charges against him.
Oh yeah, he does that first. It's so fucking manipulative. Yeah, no, I finally come to a conclusion here, sitting in jail after I've beaten you. I finally realized you're the one. I want to marry you. What a fucking coincidence that you're the one person controlling my freedom, and it's in this moment now that I decide I want to marry you. And the twisted part is you see the phone call, like where she hangs up and she kind of stirs on it for a little while, and they talk like an hour later, and she's like, "So was you just talking shit, or did you mean it?" Like, she fucking go for it. Oh, that makes me insane.
I was talking about that specific phone call, and I mentioned that it's because of the victim brain. When you get victimized for a very long time, verbally abused, and then you add the physical abuse, it changes even the shape of your brain.
Oh, I've lived it. That's why I use that term, the cycle of abuse.
Yeah.
It's become
So
it's
she
not
didn't even know.
Stockholm syndrome because you are
Yeah.
almost complicit in the abuse to it. And I say that very carefully because I have lived it, because there is a certain amount of like looking the other way you have to do, because everyone in your life is going to be telling you this person is toxic, you need to get away from them, but you are brainwashed. Like you don't see it that way. You know what I mean? Like you think to yourself, oh, well, they're so sweet. And you know what I mean? Like, yes, they're terrible, but then they're so nice to me. It's like, there's a million reasons why you just, it's awful.
But then he jumps back in and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Alistair.
No,
Then he jumps
go
back in
ahead,
and says,
Kerry.
he goes, "Oh, by the way, bitch, you need to go down there and tell them that you don't know that you were the one you were drinking and it was your fault."
Yeah. You didn't know. It's your fault. I know, right? It's so
The
funny.
worst
By the
line
way,
of that whole transcript for me is when he says to her, one way or another, you're going to bow down. Like
Yes.
that, saying that sentence to another person is fucking despicable, but it very much speaks to his mindset. Like, it doesn't matter what happens
Mhm.
here, I'm going to get the result I want. Like, no matter what methods and violence or whatever means I need to resort to, I'm going to get the result I want. And the result is you're going to bow down to me. That's the fucked up part. Like, that's the revealing sentence right there. It doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what you say. This is the result. You're going to bow down and you're going to change what you say. How we get there is up to you, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm like getting.
It's another intimidation technique to scare her into submission. Like, you think you're free. I made you. I can destroy you. It's just a matter of time. I know people.
Yeah, with his theoretical
It's just
boys are looking around every corner, gonna. Oh, it's okay. We need to move on.
Because
I'm legit getting hot. Like,
sure.
He's triggered.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, let's play this.
I get triggered all the time. Let's go.
Let's resume playing at 2 minutes and 40.
Is there reverb or can you guys hear it clear?
Can hear it.
No, I hear it clear.
She's boss, by the way. I love Corey.
Meanwhile, she's limping around on a broken leg.
Let's pause there. Pause to 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Who's the person in the gray hooded sweatshirt?
That's Daryl.
The objection's overruled. For answering my stand.
That's Daryl.
How far away would you say your face was from Daryl's face at this point in the video?
I was chesting up.
Chesting up?
Yeah.
So I guess that's pretty self-explanatory.
I love that moment.
Do you see Darrell Brooks
Zach.
either in the courtroom or on any monitors in the courtroom right now?
Yeah.
Your Honor, and actually for this point, I would ask that the court order the defendant to remove his mask.
Oh, is this the I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I think this is that moment, right? I'm not going to do that.
Mr. Brooks, your order to remove your mask.
Yeah, it is. I'm not going to do that. Do that. Another Darrylism. Do that. I'm not going to do that.
Brooks, we talked about this at a prior hearing for purposes of identification.
I'm sorry. I know, like pause in the commentary, but doesn't it sound like a mom? Like, Mr. Brooks, come on now. We talked about this now. Take off your mask, honey.
Your order to unmask.
He hates that word. You're ordered to unmask.
Yeah.
So now I'll re-ask that question. Mr. Runkle, do you see Daryl, the person you're talking about in the video, either in the courtroom or on a monitor in the courtroom?
Yes.
Can you tell us where?
In orange.
On the monitor in front of you?
Yeah.
That has the record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant.
The record will so reflect. Thank you, Mr. Brooks. You can remask.
Let's hit play and resume at 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, that COVID mask is doing a lot isolated in a separate courtroom. All right, so I think that's an important moment that I wanted to show there, right? So we see the physical altercation between Corey and Daryl, and when he's confronted by the female, he's very much in her face. He's putting his hands on her. You know, he feels comfortable in that element. And then we
But
see,
he fights back. It's important to note that.
yeah, he pushes her. No hesitation in striking
Mhm.
the woman, by the way. And we see
But she
Nicholas
doesn't
Kirby.
back down. Yeah.
No, oh yeah, that's great of her, by the way, that she stands up for
I
her
want to
friend and
point that out.
isn't intimidated in the slightest of him. I mean, she's
Yeah,
bigger than him.
fights back.
She can probably take him. But
Yeah.
it's when challenged by Kirby, the man in the right here. You guys can see my cursor, right? He's in the
Yeah.
right. It's
Mhm.
when challenged by him that we start to see him start to take steps back, and then he starts mouthing off, and then that's when he takes the corner. And it's right about here, I believe, that he words to Erica, "I'm gonna find you. And I'm gonna fucking kill you." So I thought that was probably an important moment because this moment ultimately becomes the instigating, you know, the instigating factor in the in what takes
Yeah.
place. Yeah, the catalyst for, you know, the
Mhm.
spark that lights the dynamite, so to speak.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get back to our little slideshow here.
You know, Erica was very lucky to have friends like them.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
people here, we'll take a little break and just hop into the comments here. People are
Yeah.
talking about that. So Cher says, I heard that Corey did save Erica, but later her and Erica had a falling out with Corey striking Erica. She's sweet but has issues. Yeah, I mean they met in a victim shelter. You know what I mean? That's gonna come with trauma of its own. So, you know, they're both still
I'm just
probably-
curious, Cher. What was the basis of their falling out? I'm just curious. If you know. If you know.
I've talked about this before, and I don't want to dive too much into my personal life, but I've spent a lot of time not in abuse shelters, but I've been in, you know, government regulated facilities like that where you're living with these people, you know, all bunched together in one area. And you become really fast friends with these people, but they're very much Fairweather friends. Like you know, you make plans and exchange phone numbers, and oh yeah, okay, man, we're gonna hang out, we get out of here. And then you get out and you go back to the real world and you forget about those people. They just kind of fall by the wayside.
Mhm.
So yeah, they probably developed a quick friendship being roommates at that shelter. But the second Erica was out of there, she probably forgot very quickly about Corey, which is it's nothing against her. It's just very much symptomatic of what those systems tend to elicit out of people. It's not a flaw against them or they didn't have a good friendship. It's just again, they're dealing with trauma and they're at chaotic points in their lives. There's a lot of factors going into that. So nothing
Yeah, and they
against
wanna-
Erica
Mhm.
or Corey.
Right, and they want that being around that person might remind them of that time.
Mm.
So
Especially with the parade too.
yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. So Corey would quote chest up to Daryl in an effort to protect her friend. When Daryl then becomes violent against Corey is when Nicholas Kirby would step in, facing Daryl to retreat to his vehicle, but not before a threat. Okay, so we already talked about this. Find Erica and quote kill her. These words would linger hauntingly in the air as Daryl sped away down Main Street towards a barricaded parade route. As officers attempted to flag down and get in his path of travel, Daryl reached speeds of up to 40 miles an hour, going several blocks before reaching the parade itself. The parade would begin at
I
roughly
saw
4
that.
p.m. Sunday saw what?
No. This map, I've studied it.
Oh, okay.
It's scary as hell. Go.
Yeah, this is where he enters the parade route. So the
Yeah.
parade itself would begin at around 4 p.m. Sunday the 21st, and by 4:39, Daryl was seen speeding through the intersections of White Rock and Hartwell towards parade goers, going due to barricades being removed just minutes earlier. That's where we're seeing this white barricade on screen. Can you see it? They had just
Yeah.
moved that. So,
Mhm.
but he blasts through barricades in other areas. I mean, there is the theory that he might have gone straight, like where you see the diverted traffic, but I think he had intentions on his mind at this point, and the parade was his goal. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes, he was determined to kill.
Yeah.
He was determined to kill. I studied that map and I was enraged
Like,
because throughout this entire scenario, That's right. His entire scenario, he didn't care. He didn't care. He only stopped because the car couldn't move anymore. That's why he stopped. By the way,
That's true.
I feel like, but see, I feel like y'all are giving him a little bit too much credit because I don't think he can think past his nose. I think that he just turned right because it was easier than going straight, or he couldn't go straight,
Yeah,
so he
maybe.
turned right, and he got in there, and you know what I mean. That's
you're so funny. No, don't
Well, no,
finish your thought.
that is the
I
common
didn't even
theory,
think
right?
about
It's
that.
blind
That didn't
rage.
cross my mind. You just made it right and be like, oh, look, people.
yeah. He's like, where am I? I mean, think about it. He's not a very bright person.
I agree.
So he's
I
just
do
like, well,
think there was a certain amount of premeditation in the context of, like Judge Darrow says, the intention of going to Erica in the first place was to confront her.
To kill her. Please.
Yeah. And you have to understand, he's out on bond on abuse allegations, right? And he's still hitting her when he's seeing her. So it's very much got to be on his mind, I'm going to go to fucking jail again, and I'm never going to get out. So the stakes have been brought up to this place of, like, do or die for him. You know what I mean? Like, he is operating on this level of, like, career criminal adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like, they say escalating in violence and stuff, like, you know, like bank robbers, you know what I mean? They get going on it, and it's like they don't even realize that all the charges they're racking up because they're in the heat of the moment. It's like that. You know what I mean? He's out on bond for beating his girlfriend, and he's so fucking angry at her. He's got murderous intentions when he's driving out there. And I think the rage had been initiated. The murder was going to happen whether it was with Erica or whether it was at the parade, or say the barricades were there and he did turn right. Somebody's dying that day. That's just my opinion. I think that's
yeah. What you guys, I wanted to say something that I probably normally wouldn't say it, but since we're not being monetized, so
You're so funny, Kerry.
True.
So screw it.
I'm playing.
The image that the media circulated of
small
him,
little dig there. Like, you guys don't have 1,000 subs yet. You're not monetized.
No, we're
I'm
gonna
just kidding.
no, we're gonna get y'all to 1,000 subs. We're gonna get there. But what I'm saying is, it's like that image right there on the right hand side of him. You guys, does he not look like somebody that he looks like somebody that you would think would cause a terrorist attack? I don't know any other way to say that, and I don't want. I'm going to get so much flack from this. I know I am.
You're so funny.
But do you know what I mean? It's like of all. If you go back to the pictures he had of him, of all the mugshots, this one he just looks so
disheveled.
He I don't know how to say
Glass
it.
eyes, unemotional.
Yeah, but he fits the whole scenario of what most Americans would say looked like a terrorist. I guess he
does have the dead-eyed shark look for sure. I mean, the people talk about him looking through people. We see it in the trial. Like, we're gonna show a photo shot of it, but he does the whole stare down with Darrow. Like, you hear Patrice Babias say, I don't know how to describe it, but he looked through me. And he literally, like, I think like less than 15 minutes later, demonstrates it for Darrow, like, to her face. Yeah. It's so fucking funny to me that he's like unknowingly giving the jury, like, oh, I'll just demonstrate that look for you. I'll just do it. I'll just do it in a second. Like, it's cool that I called this witness and she's describing this terrifying look that came across my eyes as I ran over a bunch of people. But, her describing it really didn't paint the full picture. So let me just reenact that for you really quick in my blind rage. So awesome. Anyway.
Yeah, he looks like Joe Love. He looks like a terrorist. He looks like a terrorist. There's just, I don't know how to.
You're not wrong. I see what you're trying to say. I see the line you're trying to say. It's a hard sentence to put together, but if you read between the lines, yeah, I agree. He looks like a criminal.
Narrowly missing a little girl on the corner of Northeast and Main, which is, I believe, what we're looking. Yeah, right here. There she is, and we have all seen this video. I very purposely avoided the actual videos from the incident. Those videos are out there. I do not encourage anybody to go and watch them because once you see them, you cannot unsee them.
No, I didn't see the video. I couldn't. I don't have the stomach for it.
Don't do it.
Don't even listen to him because you can hear things too, and it's not. Yeah.
Daryl would barrel past Martin and North Barstow before striking anyone. However, we reached the intersection of Gaspar and West Main with an entire block of marching black shirts of Waukesha South High School that Daryl was once again confronted with a choice. And here we see the picture. This one right here was taken from this angle. Can you guys see a picture location?
Yeah.
So right there, and this is right at the corner of Gaspar and West Main.
Yeah.
With the threat of police interception due to the physical abuse on Erica, one may come to understand why Daryl initially fled the scene. One may even logically arrive to speeding down the parade route in an attempt to escape would have been a daunting amount of prison time were he to have been caught assaulting her again. However, if you watch screen recordings from the split second when Daryl approaches the marching band, there isn't even a second of hesitation before an assault and fleeing the scene would escalate onto battery with a deadly weapon and murder, as Daryl would plow through this marching band in footage that we will not be showing here today, as I mentioned, can only be described as horrific. Mm-hmm. Witnesses would describe bodies being tossed in the air like bowling pins. From this point on, can only be described as a scene of absolute carnage.
Yeah.
Daryl would barrel through a team of dancing grannies, a staff of bank employees, a little league baseball team, a children's gymnastic team, a cheer squad, and many, many more. 6 people would ultimately lose their lives and 62 would be injured. Among the murder victims was Jackson Sparks, Leanna Owen, Tamara Durand, Virginia Sorensen, Jane Kulick, and Wilhelm Hospital. Daryl would continue on through police barricades on West Avenue, wherein police officer Brian Schulten would fire shots at the speeding SUV, narrowly missing Daryl's head. Police would discover the mangled and damaged SUV roughly a quarter mile down the road. Here, actually, I believe that's on the map here where they find the SUV. You can see it there. It's about a quarter mile to the right from the actual parade route.
Yeah.
Daryl would ultimately be apprehended fleeing the scene in nothing but a t-shirt and jeans in an effort to disguise his identity. While attempting to call his mother for an Uber, he waited in a stranger's home before the homeowner ultimately got spooked about police cars outside and asked him to wait outside. It was during this moment Brooks was placed into custody with that incident, and we will take a look at that footage right now. But just horrifying stuff is really the only way to describe it.
Yeah. Even when he fled the scene, just to give you an idea of how aware and how like the level of intent. So he fled the scene without his shoes, and he was trying to flag down people. Hey, can I borrow your phone? And yeah, exactly. But on the CC footage, he was like he went to this particular house through back alleys, hiding in this corner, hiding in that corner. He understood very well the severity of his crime. He was just trying to escape. To where? I have no idea, because in his mind he thought, nobody saw me. I'm good. I just go home and pretend like nothing happened.
I love the moment too, right, where he calls his mom and asks her for an Uber because she's like the only person he has, probably because he's burned every bridge he's ever developed. But there had to have been a moment where she's asking herself, why the fuck do you need an Uber? You have my fucking car.
Yeah.
And we hear later where she calls 911 where she had to have connected the dots of, oh shit, there's a red Ford Escape all over the news right now, plowing through a parade.
Yeah.
My son is calling me terrified, freaking out, saying, I need an Uber, I can't explain. She had to have connected those dots and been like, oh, fuck, it's him.
And any other mother and any other child, the mother would have been like, no way, my son wouldn't have done that. But not Dawn. Dawn knows better. She said, oh, hell.
Yeah, here we go again. It's probably what it sounded like.
There we go again. And by the way, the car is registered that's not registered under his name. I have no idea why she's not in jail. To be very quite honest. Listen, if a guest come to my house and takes my car and kills someone with it, I'm going to jail.
You're liable, yeah. I had to face the consequences of that firsthand. I let my ex now borrow my car, and she got into an accident and didn't tell me. And I got a summons to court one day in the mail. And I was going to go to jail, like legit, because she didn't. I had to pay thousands of dollars in like a month. Otherwise, they were going to take me to court.
Exactly. So I don't know why the law doesn't apply here. And again, this is another issue I have with our justice system, even though I love America so much. I have an issue with the laxy-daisy situations because he's not the first one to be let go and then that particular criminal go ahead and kill somebody else. He's not the
Yeah.
first one. It happens all the time. And you know what? It takes one moment to destroy someone's life. Nobody stops and thinks about that random victim who ended up dying because you, United States, forgot to do your job. It just infuriates me because all that is swept under the rug. This is what I say. God knows better than to put me in this situation because I would sue. I would go to the Supreme Court. I would make the change. I would sue everybody. Sue
Us
everyone.
there love to see.
You might as well. You might as well make sure I am dead because if I'm alive, you're not. No, I see you later.
Great, sister. Go off,
Like,
queen.
it's ridiculous. It's so annoying. It really is annoying. There's not. And I'm okay. Look, I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, Kerry.
Well, I was just going to say, do you think that I think the DA had a lot of heart involved with this case? Obviously, they got
Yeah.
very close to the victims and whatnot.
Fucking opera.
All three of them. But I think that I do believe that there was some case of Waukesha going, oh shit, you know, we got to cross our T's and dot our I's on this one because we're gonna be looked at. And I don't know if it was that political then, but I mean, it might have taken some time for them to figure that out.
They found it, Patsy. If you go through like the case files and whenever they talk about how, oh, it was an internal error from a new, I forget what it was, but it was somebody that was new, wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, it was someone who was tired and made an internal error. Like, listen, mistakes happen. Look, mistakes happen. Please, nobody's perfect. But one thing that's unacceptable is then when you recognize you made a mistake and just not stand up to it. Especially when we pay so much in taxes. No, I don't care if you made the mistake. Just go in front of it and fix it. Don't just try to hide it.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this footage.
Oh God.
Must have been freezing.
Hey.
Is that you? Was that
No,
you?
that's Kerry,
Hey, hey, yo. You got another sandwich for my pocket?
Hey, call me an Uber. Can you call me an Uber?
Can you call me an Uber? Can I get another pocket sandwich?
Hey, can I? My ID. My ID.
Oh yeah, he makes up some bullshit story because he sees the cops are coming and he's nowhere to go. He's like, I dropped my ID.
Look in the corner. Watch his hands. Watch his hands right here. Watch his hands, guys. This is where he's gonna drop the.
What does he drop?
He drops 2 bags of pot right here.
Oh,
really?
What?
Yeah. I got an image of it. I got an image of it. My next video, I got an image of it of all this coming up.
That is slick. Oh, I think you can see him there in the corner.
Yeah, you can. That's what he's looking at. He's fixing to look at it.
Wow. I'll tell you, Harry, I have watched.
I love it. We're so nosy.
So much Darrell Brooks content.
Look, FBI, hire us.
And you somehow able to find a nugget that I never knew about.
Love it.
That is extremely
I
fascinating.
love it.
It's balls to do that. I've tried to do it before where like you have the drugs in your pocket and you just do like the quick either like drop it or hold it, and I freaked out. I got like performance anxiety and I was like, fuck it, just let him find it. Like I can't do it. So
I love it.
like I'm kind of jealous that he has the balls to do like for one, again, you talk about like the street smarts and the street smarts and the emotional intelligence, like that his brain was able to fire off that quick of fuck, cops are here, ditch the drugs. Like that was his first fucking thought was, oh, I gotta ditch the drugs.
As if that's the least of his problem. Like
yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah. And then Carpenter, that female officer with the blonde short hair, she's like, yeah, it seems like Mr. Brooks lost some seasoning over here.
Oh, did she say that? Okay, wait, I have the fucking body cam. Hang on.
Oh my God, wait. Are you talking about that cop that I love?
Yes, the female, the
oh
short blonde hair.
That cop, she's like, oh, I'm sure you will. Of course you did. No, I love that cop. That cop is hired.
You, Mr. Darrell Brooks, you. That's what she said on the stand.
I
wait,
love
she says it on the stand. You dropped some seasoning, or did she say it on
No,
the
she
body
said
cam?
no on the stand. She looked at him when he was like, I don't, I don't know that person, or I don't answer by that name, whatever he says. And she goes, no, you, Darrell Brooks, you.
Yeah. No, the seasoning was during the arrest video, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
yeah.
was.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, what is she talking about? But
I'm
because I
pulling
didn't
that up
know
now.
about the drug, I just thought she was being shady boots, which she was. Love it.
Shady boots. I love that saying. All
Love
right,
it.
let's listen for it.
I think
I'll
that's
turn
the
on
one right
captions.
here.
Drop some seasoning. I had no idea. Lori, we love you too.
Miss Laurie.
Robert 277.
Oh, Christine, hi. Christine,
There he
hi.
is.
What's up? Hands up! Put your hands where I can see them. Put your hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get on the ground! Do it now!
Don't hurt me.
Oh,
What'd I do?
what did I do?
What I do?
What did I do?
What I do?
What did I
You
do?
got something with your name on it now? No.
Sandwich incoming, by the way. It's like my favorite part of this whole.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? Has a sandwich in his pocket?
Viewer discretion is advised. The sandwich is on.
Okay.
There it is.
Whoa.
Yes.
Paused at 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Oh, it's after you pick him up, I think.
If everything turns out to be on the up and up, life will be good and you'll be on your way, all right?
She knows it's not on the up and up.
Please.
She knows that.
Well, though, no, honestly,
Oh,
can you
no.
pause? See, from what I understand, okay, so she's from the Big Bend Police Department, and from what I understand is that when they came into this, they didn't have the entire facts. They knew
No.
something was going on. They thought there was more than one suspect,
Mhm.
I think. So
Interesting.
I don't think she really knew what was going on until after they took him away.
Yes.
But that's just kind of what I picked up.
No, that's exactly
wow.
it. Matter of fact, the reason why they caught Darrell Brooks here is because that guy that kicked him out of his house, and
Daniel?
then yeah, because when he got into the house to call the Uber, he wanted to stay, and the guy was like, "Honey, I'm a single man, and there's a killer in the loose. You can go outside." You're right, and that's how they caught Darrell Brooks, because people were already looking for someone suspicious. They were like, "There's a man with no shoes on. What? It's freezing. He has no jacket. What? Is that him over there? Yeah, there's a man with no shoes and no jacket. Oh, and then as soon as they arrested him, the guy in the house was like, I don't know him, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, all of that, we were lucky. He almost got away with it in terms for that day. They would have caught him anyway. There's cameras everywhere. But for that particular day, he almost got away.
You know what's
You would have
funny?
gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those rotten, meddling kids.
You know what's hilarious about it is that for that little bit of fleeting moment, he thought, "Oh man, this guy saved my life. This guy
Yeah.
saved my life."
Yeah,
And-
he did.
And in
So
the
true.
end, that kid was like, bam!
Yeah, he got him.
He helped put him away.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? Let me
He's
ask
badass
you
on
a
the
question
stand too.
to
He's
you
like,
guys.
"Oh, I had to put my guns away," and then he
Yeah.
gets his cell phone for fucking Zach on the stand. He's like, "Oh, I'll play it for you. I don't give a fuck."
Let me ask you a question to you two, and to whoever wants to respond. Let's just say, would you open your door to someone who's like,
No.
No.
I learned that lesson the hard way.
not only is it a no, I'm calling that. I'm not answering. I'm calling
Yeah,
that one.
I was gonna
Someone
say,
here
you
at the
have
door,
the,
help me.
Alistair has bulletproof windows on his door, so I
yes.
already knew the answer to that question.
I'm like, first of all, I'd be like, someone's knocking very hard.
But this kid was not used to living in a city that had problems. You know, he grew up in an area where they probably left their front doors unlocked and stuff.
Yeah.
Bless his little heart.
This kid
Honestly,
was like,
it
"We
was,
got everybody."
It was this trial and talking to Alistair that made me change my whole mindset on that, because I'm from New Hampshire, which is more like small town quaint, where you do answer your door if somebody knocks. And I was doing it for a while. Like telemarketers would come and knock, or like friends would come over, and I'd just like open the door up. And now, like, I'll yell a couple times, like, who is it? And if I don't get a response, fucking call me. Like, if you need to be here so bad, you know who I am, call me.
Text me. Call me.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to this.
So funny.
Ask him. Ask him if he knows. He was on the porch here.
Yeah, I was using his phone. What's your location? I was using his phone. You're holding the WMH road, loading her down. I called my any squads available for a transport? To give me a lift. That's all. I was just using his phone.
Daryl, this is Schwartz. I'm leaving WSC. Where do you need me?
Can I just sit up? I was Can I please just sit up? You have any weapons? No, sir. What's your name, guy? I just told her my name. What is your name? Yes, sir. What's your first name? Darrell Brooks? Yes, sir.
Oh wait, can we rewind that part?
No additional victims.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Darrell.
Darrell.
What is your name? Yes, sir. What's your first name? Darrell Brooks? Yes, sir.
Yeah, the haunting part is you can hear the radio traffic, and they're still calling in additional victims as this is happening.
Oh, it's horrible.
So fucking
Yeah.
No additional victims.
This matches the description of the guy that got called on who was going door to door over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying.
Where are your shoes, man?
I was trying to use somebody's phone.
Where are your shoes?
My flip flops is in his house.
lies, liar.
Guys, did you notice the pause in his thought? In his house. It's easily verifiable. Anyway.
He just gave me a jacket. He's identifying soft fat, lighter skin, black male, dreadlocks, red shirt, blue jeans, no shoes. Yeah, I did go to the house. I went to that house right there, right down the street, right here.
Where you coming from, man?
I was coming from that parade down here.
Okay.
Oh, wrong thing to say.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
I can't.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Do you notice the change in the plan here? As soon as he says, I was coming from the parade, they're like, yeah, why don't you stand up? We're going to take you downtown. Like before, he's like, hey, can I sit up? I'm so cold. And they're just kind of like sitting there staring at him. And then as soon as he says, come from the parade, like, that's a great idea. Why don't we stand you up?
Yeah.
You what? Roll over on your butt. Okay, not you. Roll over on your butt. Roll up on your knees. Roll over on.
Yeah, it's got to be really painful it's got to be really painful to get on your knees when you have a dented shoulder.
Yeah, they're so rough with him.
I got a dent in my shoulder.
Yeah.
It needs MRIs and surgery that they don't perform, by the way. They just tell him he needs it. So he's at the hospital and they're like, oh yeah, you need a bunch of stuff. Oh, okay, so we're gonna do that? No. You're going to jail. Like,
you're going to jail. I know.
Jackass.
Roll up on your knees.
Okay. 500 block.
Stand up.
553. 553.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Back here.
Did I do something? That's yet to be determined, sir.
My squad, man.
Okay.
Determined. Oh,
That's
I
a
love
great
this woman.
answer. Yeah, she is the best.
That is such a bit determined.
Such a great answer. Such like a just on the job cop answer to that. You know what I mean? Like we're pretty sure you're our guy, but I'm not going to admit that to you. So that is yet to be determined, sir. So
I love it.
She's a hero.
Okay. Is there anything I need to sticky puffy?
No, not at all, sir.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't have any weapons. Glad to hear it. Nothing like that.
And my pot's on the porch.
I was coming to see a friend. Yeah? Where's your friend? I don't know now.
Yeah, what is it? It's Marcus and Stephanie, right?
Who drives that tan?
Yeah.
That tan Kia. I say this on my channel. Have y'all ever seen a tan Kia?
Yes,
No.
my brother owns one.
Really?
Okay. I stand corrected then. I've never seen one.
Probably down south. There's not too many.
I'm not into cars. Sorry.
Against your mobile.
Cars.
Spin your back of your hand for me.
You injured at all, dude? Yeah.
What hurts?
When they
I'm sorry. I have to pause it again. I roll my eyes now whenever I watch these body cam footage, and they immediately go to, oh, you're hurting me. Like I see in so many body cam footage, it's like, I can't feel my hands. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. And then you see him, and like they put the 2 fingers between the. It's like those things aren't even tight. It's just like it's become the narrative go-to to just like claim police brutality over anything. And I'm not pro-police or anti-police. Like I don't want to get political.
You
my
find
point
your
is, it's
political alignment. Beefy, you're so
just-
amazing.
it's just like I roll my eyes a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, yeah, hey, the police are hurting everybody. You're in fucking handcuffs. It's not meant to be fucking comfortable. Like they'll take him off in a second. Just deal with it.
When they slam me, my knee, I already have an injury. Registry for me. Okay, yes. That's my ID. It certainly is. Yes.
I love that woman.
That is so great.
That woman, let me tell you, is hired.
It certainly is, sir. That's
And
you.
it
Look
is.
at that.
Yes.
I'm so cold.
Yeah, wall effect. Tomato. So cold. Maybe you shouldn't have taken off your sweater and your fucking shoes then.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have worn some boots or something.
Or maybe stay home and have some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that too, because I live in New England, right? Middle of winter, I'm not going out in a sweatshirt and flip-flops.
No.
And he's going there to confront Erica, and like he knows he's gonna get into a physical altercation with her. What the fuck is that about?
And it was so windy that day too. Not just it
Yes.
being cold, but windy.
It was very windy. You could hear it through the microphone of the camera. You could also see it if you look at the cameras and stuff. You could see the wind is blowing, my dears.
Oh, you know
blowing.
what? There's a facet to this we're not considering. He lives in the car, so his clothes are in the back seat. So him wearing flip-flops and a sweatshirt, that's probably normal because he can just change in the back seat.
Yeah, and he can't warm up no hot chocolate in that car.
I forgot. That's his house on wheels. Oh, Beefy.
Yeah.
All right.
He had the TV. He had the TV running with the electrical cord, but he didn't have the microwave in there. It wasn't in his room.
Baby, I'm gonna treat you so right this week. This week I'm gonna get an air fryer for the fucking mobile home. We're gonna have ourselves a movie night. You know, make some popcorn. Ooh, it's gonna be swanky.
That actually sounds quite delightful.
Dude, are you kidding me? Sitting
popcorn and movie and doing nothing? What a great night.
Movie night with Darrell Brooks in a Ford Escape with air fried popcorn sounds like a fucking nightmare. I'm sorry.
I mean,
he's like, yeah,
Daryl.
we'll sit in front of the fireplace. She's like, you ain't got no fire. He's like, yeah, there's a fire pit right over there. Fire pit.
Did we miss it? The spice comment?
No, it was
It's not
before.
on. It's in the redacted stuff, unredacted stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
y'all, I've got a video. You'll be able to see it. I just finished editing it today, and I'm waiting for YouTube to give me the go ahead on it. I'm having a problem getting my stuff out in a timely manner.
Oh, Kerry, listen, nobody understands you like the rest of us. I understand you, girl. How you
I get all excited. You get all excited at the end of an edit, and you're like, "Oh yes, let's get this out!" And then all of a sudden,
have a seat.
Sit down, be humble. All right, let's go through some of these comments here really quickly.
The YouTube is like,
please take a number.
Yeah. Oh, look. Let me tell you something. Wait. Let me tell you a story about these tomatoes. Okay, Detective Wobbuffet and her tomatoes. So I always say that you could throw tomatoes at me, I'll dodge them all. Right. So.
Oh, wait, hold on. You don't know what they are.
No, they're tomatoes. So Detective Wobbuffet.
Hold on. Hold on.
Right.
Wait,
I'm holding.
What's the no? I'm sorry. I was quoting the gif of what is it? The Wicked Witch to the East, bro. Hold on.
What?
Never mind.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
oh, sorry, I didn't watch it in English.
Alicia's
it's an insider joke. So Detective Wobbuffet said, one time she made a comment and she said, "I'm throwing tomatoes at you, but you can't dodge them because I grew them up specifically to be undodgeable." That's why I was laughing. So she's throwing me undodgeable tomatoes.
Okay, the tomatoes are a J9 reference because she always says tomato, because like back in what like I believe French Renaissance, right? They used to throw moldy tomatoes at like public figures, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what the joke is
Oh.
that they were throwing the tomatoes at Daryl. Tomato.
Okay. No, okay. These tomatoes are Detective Wobbuffet homegrown, and they are
Yeah, right here.
undodgeable.
She even said,
Yeah, you can't touch those. So that's why, because I always say you can throw tomatoes at me, I'll dodge them all. And she's like, well,
no, she's throwing them. She's throwing them at Daryl, not at you. Lori says the Oscar goes to Dumbrelli. Sorry, Kerry, go ahead.
Lori. No, hey, Lori. I was going to say that I just want to take a moment to say that can we acknowledge all the ladies in the chat, because Brooks, who hates women, was taken down by a female cop.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I don't
everybody
have my
was a woman. Yeah.
Facts.
Female prosecutor,
Yay.
female judge.
Yeah, I had to have drove
love
him nuts. Technically, Daryl told the. Oh yeah, he's actually lost his shoes. He was homeless. His name. He was cold, and he was trying to call an Uber. Yeah, he's just being very selective in the facts that he's providing.
But
And
share, that's what narcissists do.
One of the few times he's told the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where they said he was slammed. Tomatoes, my children. Slam me, boom, boom.
Slam me, boom,
right.
boom.
That was pretty much all.
Wait,
of it.
I want a tomato thrown at me.
No, Detective Wobbuffet tomatoes are undodgeable. You're gonna be soiled, Kerry. Are you ready? Okay. Throw your tomatoes. Go. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. What a mess. No, I was saying, Cher, that narcissists, the way they do it, now they give you.
Wait, Wobbuffet brings up a good point. You can't call an Uber. You use an app. So his story's falling apart now.
No, he called his mom to order him an Uber.
Oh, right. I knew that. Yeah.
But you know what? Even then, that's a lot of steps, because then you have to be like, okay, darling, where are you? All right, darling, I will call you Uber. What's the address? And then Daryl's like, sir, what's the address? And the guy would be like, yo, this is too much work for murderer in the loose. Get out of my house. That's what he said.
All right.
Did she report the car stolen before or after she called the Uber?
I think after.
No, that's why I'm mad. She didn't report the car stolen at all. Okay.
She did report.
She does. Yeah, you hear the 911 call.
After he killed everybody, then she reported. Yeah, she didn't report it during the.
When she realized she was fucked.
Yes, it's after he committed the crime. Then she was like, by the way, that's my car. We're just under my name. No,
Lori has it right. She's definitely an enabler. Yeah.
That's at least a misdemeanor.
At least something. No.
There's a legitimate argument for aiding and abetting or something there.
That's why I don't understand why we're not going after her. To be really
at the very least, the victims have very, very firm grounds for civil litigation against her. The surrounding trial can only be described as an absolute shit show, the circumstances of which have been ridiculed and replayed millions of times. The benefits of which the three of us have clearly reaped, by the way.
We're so guilty. Kerry, be quiet.
Daryl's attempts to represent himself via the sovereign citizen belief system would be marginally mocked by a witnessing American audience as it was live streamed for the nation to watch unfold. Never really adhering to one set strategy, Daryl's defenses for the attacks would range from he was honking his horn and signaling people to get out of the way, to a mental break of sorts, even stretching to such absurdities as he was not in fact Darrell Brooks himself, and that because the state of Wisconsin was the plaintiff in the criminal case, he should therein be able to withdraw monies from a secret division of the IRS where victims could be paid appropriately.
Yeah.
The ins and outs of this trial are absolutely ridiculous. We are deliberately choosing to focus more on the attacks today, but we have all commented extensively on trial footage. If you'd like to see any of that, go to any three of our channels at Caricatures, Pack Nation, or BP Has Anxiety. There's plenty of videos out there. Lots of funny stuff. I highly recommend, if you're fascinated by this stuff, if you're watching this live or on the replay crew, to check out some of that, because we all have lots of insight on this guy and have covered plenty of coverage of the trial. So wanted to throw that plug out there for the three of us.
If it's okay with you guys, I'm gonna throw our links in the channel to our channels.
Yeah. I was gonna also say that the link to the playlist of Darrell Brooks will be in the description below by the time the replay crew comes in. So within the next 24 hours, you'll see links in the description below.
Okay.
In addition.
All right.
So wait, I want to bring one thing. So
I'm done. Go ahead.
Awesome. So Lori, you said that in his Milwaukee case against Erica, the mother is complicit. Really? How interesting. I did not know that. So you mean to tell me that the domestic situation with Erica, Dawn Woods, it's considered really? That's really cool.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's evidence right there that there is grounds, because if she's complicit in the attack against Erica, it's still her car. So
that is so awesome. I'm so glad that
it must have been a deliberate choice by Opera and whatever that we're not gonna pursue Dawn.
It has to be a deliberate choice. I remember when I made a video about Dawn Woods, and people were like, "Oh, stop blaming the mom." But here's the thing: the reason why I find her to be very liable, actually three. The first one is, she bailed him out. Why? Especially when it's not the first time that he's been abusing this young girl. Stop it. The second reason is she went along with the story that the trial was not fair because he's black. Really? And the third reason, and I get it, it may not be her fault. It may not be her fault for the third reason as to why she always enabled him, right? Parenting is hard. I get it. You're too tired. Like, please leave me alone. Go away and take a nap. But, at some point you go, oh, wow. My little boy here is becoming like a Dharma. Maybe I need to wake up a little bit and start saying no a lot. Right?
Well, there's a certain amount of culpability in being somebody's parent when they are suffering with such mental health. And she's quick to put the impetus on the system of, we're going to let them lagger and fall through the cracks. So she's willing to put the impetus on society at large to take care of her son, but takes no responsibility whatsoever for helping him manage these mental health diseases that she claims have played such a role in the attack and have, affected his life so much. Like, how do you, in one hand, blame society for not taking care of your son, and then in the other, claim he has mental illnesses that you took no active role in helping him correct or maintain?
Yes.
I think there is a certain level of culpability there. Again, IMO, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree with you, Beefy. And also, because parenting, like I said, it's hard. You can't. This is a grown man, right? So he makes his own decisions. I think she could have redeemed herself with the words and her actions after the incident, right? But the fact that she really supported him blindly.
Think about this, right? Like, if his mental illnesses were playing such a role that is leading to his criminal behavior, then you really have to look at the incident with the firearm and how she continued to support him, right? Like, if she's playing an inactive role in maintaining and repairing his mental health, the incident with her on the firearm where he fired at his nephew should have been the no-go zone, where your mental health is like, if it's really that, like, it's affecting our family now, and you're cut off. Like, if you're gonna be
say stop, yes, Beefy. Look, you're right, Beefy. Forget everything else. The moment when he tried to kill my grandson, at what moment do I say, no, honey, goodbye? Yeah, that's right. Forget all the semantics. You're trying to kill my grandson.
And what about Mary on the Wall? Y'all have forgotten about Mary on the Wall.
Mary on the Wall? I'm lost.
Mary on the Wall said, "Look, I'll get up and testify for him, but listen, I need to plug my stuff. Is that okay?" And Dawn said, "Yeah, come on, girl." And
you're talking about the wicked grandmother from the West, right? Yeah.
Oh, you're killing me, Kerry. You're killing me.
We dove into that into my stream. I don't even think she's a blood relative, because her husband is something Brooks, but her last name is different. So
she's not the real grandmother. She's just a random pastor who is enjoying the tie. No, she's not the real grandmother. She wanted to defend, like Kerry said. She wants a freaking plug. Oh, by the way, go over there and do you believe that they actually were shopping around for a deal? A deal,
right? Rent a granny.
Those two ladies, Dawn Woods and Mary on the Wall. You gonna pay up?
Oh my God!
We could be advocate for mental illness. They were shopping
Detectives calling
around.
it out, yeah. Rent
Honey.
a grandma.
Rent the grandma. The days.
Get the app. Get the app. It's Rent a Granny.
Rent a grandma. Is that true?
No.
Okay. I was like,
Well, wait. No, it might be. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure somewhere that
No,
we
because-
don't need to go down that road
you
right
know,
now.
you could rent a friend, right? I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
That's
you can rent a cuddle buddy. I mean, technically, escorts you aren't paying for sexual favors; you're paying for their time. So really, you could rent anything.
yeah, you could rent anything. Yeah, I guess not a grandma.
But you can't rent.
Oh darn it! Rent the black
can't-
person.
But what? He could not rent any witnesses to come in and say, I wasn't there. He was
That's
with
so
me
true.
when it happened.
Dude, oh, here's a good point about that, right? I was watching some of the pre-trial footage the other day, and he's talking about, hey, how many seats are in the courthouse? Because I have people that are coming from out of state are going to want to come to the trial. And she's like, we're going to save a bench for you. And she's like, well, I don't know. He goes, I don't know if that's going to be enough. And nobody fucking shows up, by the way. Just like the same thing of like, hey, I have people that are going to fly in out of state to testify at my sentencing. And fucking, even his mom and his grandma are like, send me the zoo cone, honey. It's like so ridiculous. He's so full of himself.
Y'all got my chihuahua all hyped up. Oh, that's hilarious.
Too.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness.
right.
You guys, I
Speaking
want
of-
to do. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, I was just gonna say, can we do this all the time?
Yeah, you can come on whenever you want. Consider yourself permanently invited.
I wanted to ask you guys. So Monday morning, he's going back into the hearing
Yes.
where he fires his attorney or whatever.
Yes, on the 14th. Mhm.
Are you guys available to come on my live stream?
I'll come.
Okay. I won't be. I won't be available. Long story. I'll tell you if you care.
Oh, Carolyn's here.
Of course we care.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go see the surrogate this weekend. So we're gonna
nice.
we're going to go to see the surrogate. We're gonna spend the weekend with the surrogates. We leave tomorrow morning in a crack of dawn, and then we arrive back home on Monday at 4 p.m. So I can make it by 5. I can make it by 5 p.m. because the airplane lands at 2. By the time we get home and get comfortable, it'll be like 4 p.m. But
Okay.
but the court is closed. So
Yeah, it's 8:30. They're going to be live streaming it. I'm going to try to live stream at 8:30.
no,
Yeah,
I'll miss
send
it.
me the link. I'll be it. But yeah, brain check. I'll share. The three of us will have to do something again soon. But we're not done yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. But I'm definitely down. I'm getting reverb on your end, Alistair. Again, I don't know if that's something you
Really?
can, but you don't need to worry about it. It's all good. Okay.
Because I scream so loud. My mic is like, who is this? Shut up, Dad. Sorry.
Okay. So we have a recurring thing on this channel when we talk about a case that we surmise the events as the police have to believe them to have unfolded. And we have a very special treat for everyone today. Backed by popular demand. A stick figure theater.
Oh my word.
That will get me every ever fucking time. Awesome.
All right. Are we ready?
Oh, Beefy. Look, I see boobies. What is that?
Yeah,
Why
oh,
is
yeah,
that
I had
movie on the screen?
I had to throw them in there for you.
Okay, I'm ready. We're gonna watch TV, guys. Let's go.
Okay. So Erica and Alistair are hanging out at a gas station. Erica, the queen she is.
Wait. Okay. Is that supposed to be me?
No.
You said Erica and Alistair. You mean Erica and Daryl?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Erica and Daryl.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait. I don't have girl titties. I have man titties. But oh my god, I was like, it's Beefy.
No.
Is that a white woman with a crown? Okay.
Oh my god, I did know it was a white woman.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what's going on?
I just stick the emoji.
Like, okay. So stop.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the gas station. Okay, what in the fucking MS Paint is that? So Daryl's getting all upset with Erica. He's like, bitch, let me get them food stamps. Because he's always got her food stamp card. And she kind of thinks about it for a little while, and then just no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And you're angry eyed.
Hi.
That's the fucking Sierra's asking if I've been drinking. No, I'm on clean and sober. Actually, 30 days. Tomorrow? Something. Yeah, pretty close here. Anyway.
Congratulations on your sobriety.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's one day at a time. Oh yeah, he's getting really angry now. He's not getting them food stamps, dude. He's got fucking what are they called? The hot chips, Tito's or Tatos, or what are they fucking called?
I don't know what they call that.
Spicy Cheetos or whatever. Yeah. Somebody put it in the chat. What are those spicy chips called? He wants some of those tacos or Ticos. He's really getting angry.
Can you make your little stick figure fall on the ground and do like a little 2-year-old?
Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, he's walking away now. Oh no! Oh no! Come on, man! What? That's just mean. Oh, she's so sad. That's fucked up. Put him on. Let's get him in underneath the prison. In the prison. Oh, he's not having fun now. Yeah, he's so angry. There now he's crying.
Oh.
My shoulder hurt.
Oh my! The tears are falling. It's falling to work to see how many tears I dropped.
Oh wait, no. How many, Daryl? How many?
1, 2, 3, 4. I know that I can't count past 3.
Oh my god! This is so amazing. Beefy. Yeah.
Now, what is he? He's got some kind of plan apparently. He's getting excited now. Yeah, that's showing off them baked beans.
Yeah, them corn teeth.
Princess. I've come to a conclusion. I've had an epiphany. Fucking awesome. I decided I want to marry you. You've got to get and drop these charges.
Oh my god, this is really good, Beefy. A few moments later.
He's free. $1,000 later.
Oh, y'all are awful.
Yeah. You missed the head in the bucket thing. We got roasted for that one. We got called insensitive, and we're getting canceled.
Oh, y'all are gonna get me in so much trouble.
Hey, like you said, we're demonetized. So
yeah, we're demonetized, so we could be crazy right now.
Mike.
Nice
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, she deserved a Mike's Hard Lemonade after all that crap.
Okay, she deserved 3, 4, and 6.
Several. My God. Oh no. Things are taking a turn now.
Yeah, Beefy, tell me this stops before you get into downtown Waukesha.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. We don't.
Okay. Just making sure.
Very no.
Kerry is so funny. Kerry's like, how far is this going?
Yeah, right. She's like, I might have to leave stream. Give me them food stamps. I got chiquitos to buy or what the fuck ever.
She's thinking.
Can you buy a McFish fillet? Can you buy a McFish fillet with
the FOF?
Can you buy
Takis? That's what they're called. I need my Takis, dude. Yes. She's all fucking nah. I'm not gonna do that. It's always the food stamps that gets the the argument going. Oh shit!
Whoa. What,
Here we
you know
go
what?
again.
The faces. Good job.
Here we go again. Getting angry about them food stamps. And then drives away. And yeah, we're gonna need to get into the rest of it.
Okay. You were scaring me there for a minute.
Carrie was like, what are we going to see next? Carrie was freaking out. Look, Beefy has to say.
Figure theater.
There you have it. Oh, I didn't fucking draw the pocket sandwich. Damn it.
Listen.
Missed opportunity.
What? Beefy, look, Carrie, we know what editing is like, right? Didn't that look like a lot of work, that theater?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, Beefy, good job. Good job.
Yes.
That was like at least 6 hours.
I told him I am so impressed by all his graphics that he does. It's just amazing.
What? That is a lot of work, Beefy.
Time,
wow.
a lot of time.
And it was like on cue, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, unless you do it, you don't know. But we know, Beefy. We know. Congratulations, Beefy. That was a lot
I
of
do
work.
it for you, and for
Yeah. You know what? If I could, I would give you a hug, but you're not in front of me. So, non-sexual hug. Hello.
Okay, I'm hugging my screen too.
Okay, good. Kerry, I have to say non-sexual because sometimes I've seen as people might think me and Beefy are having an affair.
No. You're married.
Carrie's like, oh no.
You're a beautiful man, but you're married. That's not my style.
Well, I love Carrie's like, oh no.
Are y'all sexting or something? What's going on here? You're YouTubing.
So
you're
funny.
YouTubing together. You're YouTubing.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just in case it's not clear. No, it's a joke.
Upstairs out of my league, bro.
It's okay. I'm not even on the market. I'm no longer for sale.
He's very handsome and he's very sexy.
Yeah.
Look at that smile. Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness.
I saw his channel. I was like, I don't care what this man is doing. I need to tie my anchor to his boat, and I need to get this face on my channel.
And as soon as I said that, did y'all see his eyelashes start to bat? Oh,
yeah.
I should bring my husband here because he hates when people do that. He's like, oh, here it is again. I'll stare.
Here we go again. Yeah, he's so beautiful.
Ego.
Let me show you. No, do you guys care? Do you want to see Christopher real quick? Do you care?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to see him. Yes.
I'll show you a picture of him because he's watching the baby.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get a. There he is, right there in the background, guys. He's got the blonde, and he's the one.
Oh yeah, it's Eddie Balin.
He's been sitting behind Brooks the whole time.
Oh wait!
What a beautiful couple!
Oh wait,
you
guys
are adorbs.
Oh,
come
sorry.
Back, come back.
Hashtag couples goals.
That was during our wedding day. Listen, a funny story about that. Do you care?
No, of course not. We're in the.
We care, but we want to hear it.
Hang on.
Okay. A very funny story on our wedding day. This is at the Justice of the Peace.
Wait.
Oh, the banner.
Okay, go ahead, sister. Dish. Tell us all about it.
Gorgeous couple.
By the way, he has the beard now. He's no longer. There you go. He's bearded now. He's no longer.
Oh, I like the beard.
Yeah, he's bearded. So, very quickly about our little wedding day. So, my sister-in-law was like, "You should have a destination wedding because, and I'm like, no, woman, weddings are too expensive. Who has that kind of money? I don't have that kind of money. $30,000 for a wedding. Are you out of your mind? Absolutely not." So Christopher was like, "Oh, but it's our wedding." I said, "No, it's our day. Nobody really cares about that except the two of us." So what we did is we tricked everybody. So we told everybody that we have a friend who owns a restaurant. So I'm like, "Okay, please, can you please block the restaurant and the time when it's closed for like 2 hours?" For 2 hours. It was more like 5. Completely illegal, by the way, but it's okay. It was we broke the rules in New York City. So the friend was like, "Sure, no problem." So we tricked our friend. We said, "Okay, we're gonna go to the Justice of the Peace, which is the picture you see right here. Why don't you come along? We're gonna go to the restaurant afterwards and have a little meal." Everybody came, but they had no idea that was the actual wedding reception. So they show They didn't have to pay anything. We didn't want a gift. We didn't care for a gift. They showed up. We did the
Aw.
I love you, I love you. We go to the restaurant that they think is just 1, 2, 3, 5 people, but then they realized that ta-da, here's the party. And then they were like, wait, what? We're not dressed. I'm like, as if I care. Oh, we don't have any gift. As if we freaking care. Who cares what you look like? Have a seat, enjoy the meal. And then that was it. That was a wedding. And it cost
So
us
wholesome. So wholesome.
That is classy. I
And
love
we all
that.
went
That's
home.
classy.
You just like
Very
Lori
classy.
here says her wedding cost her $600. That's well done.
Yeah, I was literally was $2,000. Like that was it. It was great.
Yeah,
No,
when
I
I got married
it.
too, it was a 6-foot party sub and then a justice of the peace. That was all we did. We had a big party at the house. It was
That's
fun.
it. So that's all that matters. Just the
We
two
saved
of
all the
you.
money for the honeymoon. We went to Cancun, but
We didn't even go
That's
to
the way it
honeymoon.
should be done right there.
And that's
Yeah.
the way it should be done. Yeah.
Put the money into a house or something. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy
How
Bailiff was
random.
my
Oh,
type of man.
you
No
want to give me a
expression
wedding?
parfait.
You want to give me a wedding gift? Okay. Well, here's the mortgage. You can pay the first month payment.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm kidding.
What a great idea.
Can you register your mortgage like that?
Let's normalize that. Oh,
Oh,
what a great
yeah,
idea.
normalizing mortgage payments. That's a fucking great
That's
idea.
a great idea, Kerry. Kerry, let's campaign.
Start something new.
I have a question
All
for
right, we
you.
got about I was gonna say we got about half an hour. I'd like to talk about Kerry's YouTube channel. So, Kerry,
Huh?
how did you get into YouTube?
Well, I've always been a crime buff, but I became a crime buff junkie. I always watched, like the big media things like, 48 Hours, Dateline, all that stuff. And then when I discovered YouTube, I was like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
Yeah,
And I
it's like
found
so much better than Netflix documentaries. There's so much good content on YouTube if you're a true crime junkie.
it is. It's amazing. And I started finding different people, and there's still so many out there I still haven't found. And everybody has their own little way of doing it. And some I like and some I don't. But you know what? If I don't like them, I move to a different one. I don't tell them I don't like them because that
Yeah.
would be rude, right?
Yeah.
Amen. Why do you need to sound off you don't like something? Just move on.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that really quickly. And then the other ones I do like, I support them when I can. So anyway, I don't know. I was in a content. I worked from home. I did a lot of digital content, and I decided that I like talking on a microphone. I like hearing the sound of my voice, and other people don't. But maybe some people would. They just
You have
don't
a
know me
great
yet.
voice, by the way. It's very it's succulent. It's dulcet tones. It's very-
Ooh, ooh.
Succulent.
Oh, I don't mean it like that. Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Trying to give the lady a compliment. You gotta take it, turn it into this.
Phoebe, we'll talk later. We'll talk later,
Oh,
Phoebe.
jeez.
No,
Love
but
it.
I just decided. I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to do something like this. This is cool. I'm gonna do it. And
So I got.
I learned from a
now.
couple of people. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So you were making content before you actually you were doing it professionally, but not for your YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Mm.
Can I ask under what context? Like, were you getting paid to be a filmographer, or what was the?
No, it was part. I kind of made it part of my job. I was. I actually managed. I was like the executive director of a nonprofit organization, and I would say when you have that job,
Oh,
at
and
least,
see, I'm not
and you're
the
the
only
only
one
one
saying
doing
it.
it.
Lori is saying it to you. You have a very soothing voice.
Aw.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Lori, thank you, Mama. I love you, girl. I'll give you your money later. And I decided that I wanted to play around with some videos and stuff. And so during COVID, when they had to lay me off for a little bit
Mhm.
because of we couldn't have live events or anything, and we did a lot of
Mhm.
live events. So I started learning video editing and stuff like that. And I took the time. I felt like I had the time finally to learn something new.
Mm.
And that's where it started. But God forbid, I never realized how many times that I pause when I talk too often, and
Yeah.
I stutter, and I do and I said, okay, at least with video editing, I can edit myself before it goes out there. So I really wasn't into doing lives when I started. And then the more support I got from everybody, I just realized that, okay, they're okay with me and my stuttering and my going off the rail on a different topic and my pauses and everything. So
I'll tell you, I had that same problem, and we used to do this podcast not live. We used to record it, and that was the joke Alistair and I used to, is I had control of the edit, and it was very much deliberate because of the same anxiety that I had of not liking my voice, and I didn't like that take. I'm going to go do it again or whatever. And I did notice that people that just watch my YouTube content without talking to me, like they think that I'm funnier than I am without watching because it's like I'm able to write out and do multiple takes, and I can put together like a supercut of like my funniest moments, you know what I mean? But I'll record for hours, and then people come into the live stream, and sometimes I have to bring people in just to make it like entertaining, because I'll just be sitting there sometimes watching a video, and it's like, this is fucking boring, dude.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I was trying to pay my people to come on to who wants to come up with me and talk, because I don't know what else to say now.
Wow.
No, I was kidding. Nobody ever wants to come up though. Nobody ever wants to come up on panel. I don't know. They always have an excuse.
The day I came into your live stream, you're like, Beef, you want to come on with me? And I was like, I was firing up in the chat, like, yes, send me a link. I'll come on. I sent it like 3 times. Eventually, I was like, I guess she doesn't want me on. I felt so rejected. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought no, I didn't.
I'm not big time enough for caricatures.
No, I did. I wanted to have you on. I did. I swear to you, I did not know you were. Did you put it in the chat that you wanted to come up?
Yeah, like 3 times.
I missed it. I totally. God. See, I need a moderator.
That's all good.
No, it's because you do it yourself. So yeah, we miss stuff. We miss stuff when you do it. When you're a one-man show, you miss stuff on the chat. You can't catch everything.
Yeah. So, So then the Darrell Brooks thing was just, I don't know. I started doing YouTube, right? My channel really got started on that trial, and it was the sentencing. I did a live stream, and I had like 400 people on my live stream, and I was like, holy crap!
Yeah,
I got
your
400 people.
Pop off that you do very well. I'm jealous.
But it's hard though, because I like the edit. I like to be able to edit and go back. But I also like the interaction in the chat too. I have a lot of people that tell me that they get tired of me talking to the chat while I'm on a live stream, and I could see that. I mean, because I've gone on other people's channel, and it's like, okay, get over it. Get over it with the hellos, and let's get to the content that I'm here for.
Yeah.
So it's kind
people
of
like to feel acknowledged too. It's like a delicate balance to watch. You
it's difficult. It's a hard job. It's not easy.
Well, and so if I don't acknowledge you in the chat, just so if anybody's here that watches my channel, I know Lori's here. I saw some other people too. It's not that I don't want to acknowledge you. It's just that, I have to kind of please the masses,
do get
I guess.
Frustrated with it, yeah. If I hear J9 say "Mama love you," yes you do, one more time, I can't take it anymore.
I like her. I think she's good.
I love J9. She's giving me shout outs to her channel. Yeah, we say nothing but positive things about J9. We like to kind of honor her. She refuses to come on our podcast.
Oh, okay. Y'all give her shit. Okay.
Yeah, we're hoping to. At least I am. I'm trying to get her to respond to me, because she just keeps ignoring my Instagram messages.
Beefy is the bull. Beefy is the bull. Beefy will call you.
Honestly, I would love to get J9 on here. That'd be great. I'd have a lot of fun.
I like her. I like her too. The thing with now, Kerry, let me see if you feel that too. But do you feel like, because you mentioned Darrell Brooks is when Darrell Brooks content is what you feel like it's like exploded and stuff. Do you find it difficult to stray away from Darrell Brooks?
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes, I do. And because it can't go on forever. I mean, I have gotten the stuff, the unredacted files, and I am going through those right now, and I've probably got a good bit of content left of that. But at some point, I'm going to have to stop doing Darrell Brooks stuff. And when I do, are my people going to stick with me and watch my stuff? That's what scares me. That's the scariest thing about when you are on a topic for so long. And
and I'll tell you, it was a hard lesson to learn that like 90% of my subs weren't subscribers for me. They were subscribers to watch Darrell Brooks. And it kind of hurt me, because it's like I've gotten, like, I have a server, and I got close to a lot of these people, you know what I mean? And I've definitely noticed that, like, I've made a shift to more Zoom court focused content, and a lot of those people are gone now, and it kind of sucks to, like we were talking earlier, it's like a one trick pony, you know what I mean? Like, I have more to say than just Darrell Brooks crap, but I mean, I don't even the that fanfare and the hype around Darrell Brooks is starting to calm down. So even like where it used to be like a surefire way, it's not even the case anymore. Like even people who were doing 10, 15,000 views with, relatively low quality content, those creators aren't really popping up anymore. Like it's drying out. I mean, supposedly we have this new trial coming out, so maybe it'll pick up again, but
Yeah, well,
yeah.
and I was before we went live, I was telling them, everybody in the chat, I was telling them that I kind of made my decision that once his trials are done, then I'm going to be done, doing stuff on him. But I throw in little bits and pieces. Like just the other day, I did a follow up on I'm like, what's Susan Smith up to? And I think a lot of the ladies and men that follow my channel, they're around my age and they remember that trial. So it was kind of like, okay, we had a decent amount. I mean, watch it, but am I going to get the thousands of views? No, I'm not. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to work harder to get the same amount of views. And I just got to figure out how to do that.
Right. I think just by rewatching, I think I understand now why we are all addicted to Darrell Brooks. It really was an entertaining trial. It really was. Because even the videos we just watched just now just reminded it was very nostalgic and reminded me of it truly it was good TV, and it still is good TV. And
I'm definitely wore out in the trial, but it was fun to go back and kind
it
of
was really
dissect
fun.
the attack today, because I feel like almost the incidents surrounding the Waukesha Parade attacks themselves almost get forgotten in the limelight of this insane trial that kind of happened in the wake of it. And I certainly don't think that the victims are forgotten, but it was I definitely think it was refreshing today to go through the attacks. Was kind of I mean I never think it's fun to go through a true crime event, but fascinating.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah, so I didn't mean fun, fascinating, because even the way we interacted, it's almost as if it was the first time again. And I think a lot of the Darrell Brooks viewers, I think that's why we all feel very addicted to Darrell Brooks. Because it just feels fresh again. It's weird, but I understand now. Just having this moment together made me
sorry,
understand.
just one quick second. Detective Wildrofet is 16 years sober yesterday. Congratulations. That is a monumental achievement. You should be very proud of yourself.
Awesome.
I don't have where are the tomatoes, detective? Congratulations. Yeah.
Tomato. So did you hop right out of the gate making Darrell Brooks stuff with YouTube, or did you try a couple of things, or?
Yeah, I tried a couple of different things, and then I just saw that got that.
Yeah.
And then I got
the algorithm.
Yeah, and then I started the School of Law, which the first couple were very natural to do. It was kind of fun, and I can't get back into that character again. I don't know why, but I don't know if you guys have seen my School of Law, but it's totally a parody. And but I felt like too. I felt like I needed to also acknowledge the victims, because I didn't want. I just thought I couldn't, my conscience wouldn't let me do all that and then not go back and acknowledge the victims. And so I did it the best way that I could. And so I've done some things on the victims. I still want to do more. I just, I don't know. I get a lot of people that part of me is kind of like, do I focus a little bit more on some victims and talk a little bit about them? Or is that not right to do that? It's kind of, because I was just reading in the, file that was sent over from the PD that they redacted everything having to do with the victims, and there's this wonderful statement in there. Can I read it really quick?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I'm on page 27. That's okay. There's over 28,000 pages on this thing, right? But it says on here. No, I'm not gonna read all that.
Oh wait, you're
not gonna read 28,000.
Is it me, Beefy? Wait, hold on. Is it me, or is something's wrong with the mic?
Yeah, Carrie's roboting out a little bit.
Am I?
No, it is Kerry. You're like staticky when you talk.
Oh, still?
Yes.
Still?
Yeah.
Yes. What happened?
Oh, we're pretty close to wrapping up anyways. We can still hear you if you want to read your thing.
Put the papers away. Maybe it's the papers. Maybe it's the spirit of the YouTube who's like, no papers. Okay, put the papers away.
You know what? Let me take that out. Is that it? Is that better?
No.
No.
What happened?
I think my headphones. I think I need new headphones.
There we go. Perfect. You're perfect now.
Okay.
I am.
There we go.
I think my headphones. I think I threw my headphones on the ground a little bit too many times, and they're just like. Nah.
You're crystal clear
So,
now. So yeah. All right. Well, we can read
okay.
the thing another time, unless you still have it in front of you.
Well, yeah, it just basically says that, out of respect for the victims, we feel that even though the public feels like they need to know, that the victims and their families are more important than the public needing to know, in so many words. And I said, well, hell yeah, I love that. So
To know
yeah.
about what? Sorry, I'm missing the context.
Well, when they were talking about why a bunch of the things on the victims were redacted from the
Oh, gotcha.
the
Okay.
the what's open to the public, they
Yeah.
said that no, the victim's privacy, the victim's family's privacy are more important than the public needing to know this information. And I
Yeah.
say go for it, because we all know that, and I like Zav girl. I don't have anything bad to say about her. She gets really in depth in her, but you know what happened to her recently? Do y'all know what happened to her recently? Have y'all heard?
Oh,
Is that
that's
the
the
girl
one
who
with
monetized the autopsy?
autopsy.
Yeah, Zav girl. Well, it wasn't just her though. There was another girl too that had done it, but Zav was
How
more
do you spell
popular.
it?
Oh
Z
man, I went
A
to one of her
V.
videos, and all the comments were just. I don't feel bad for her because what she did was disgusting.
She's in
but
my
at the same
content.
time-
She's in my content operating flow. That video comes out next week. Yeah, with Koberger.
Interesting.
I think she gets so into what she's doing. I think she loses track of what she's doing sometimes. I really do. Just from watching her, because I watched her a decent bit during the Kylie stuff, and yeah.
So, what do you think about the whole money thing, though? Because that couldn't be a oops. I don't know.
You know what? I could see how that would happen.
Really?
And think about it, guys.
I think she was approaching it from a standpoint of I can't put this on YouTube.
Yep.
Patreon is more lax with its role. I don't think she was really trying to capitalize on the monetization of it all.
Exactly.
I think she was relying on the unregulated forum of Patreon to put it up there as more what the focus was, but the narrative has been she was trying to make money off of an autopsy.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. She couldn't put it on YouTube. She knew she couldn't put it on YouTube, but she was trying to get it so that people could see it, and that they turned it into, oh, she was trying to make money off of it. That's not what she was doing. I mean, yes, we have to make money. My God, we are working. I mean, would I put a child's now on another note, would I put a child's autopsy photos up for anyone to see? No, I would not.
No,
So
never.
that was a very bad decision. That was a very, very bad decision.
Yeah. But then that comes down to morality, right? That's a moral compass situation.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm black and white. I'm not that forgiving. I'm very black. I have a gray area, but certain things is black and white. So I'm the worst person to judge anything because
you're a very empathetic person, Alistair. I would disagree with that assessment.
Certain things like violence, I'm pretty black and white with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Violence, intent of violence, murder, criminality, I don't see a lot of gray area. There's certain things where I can't put my mind together on and understand where you come from. Like if you intentionally...
I'm sorry, Kerry, is that your chihuahua in the background? It's absolutely adorable.
I've been hearing the dog.
No, don't be sorry. It's super cute. He's so
pissy tonight. He is so pissy.
Aren't chihuahuas such little divas? I guess I have one too, and he thinks he fucking runs this house. I swear, he is.
They do run the house.
He's all of 2 pounds, and he's like, "You're fucking taking me out now.
You're gonna take me out. You're gonna feed me. You're gonna give me water, and I'm gonna sleep on your bed."
It's like we talked about earlier with Darrell Brooks, right? It's like, look, I'm pooping. I can poop inside or I can poop outside. The decision's up to you.
Yeah. Exactly. But I want to go back to what we were saying here for a minute though, because I did something similar, but I didn't even think about how I was when I did it. I didn't even think about how I was doing it. As I was going through this unredacted stuff, I found a video, and it didn't show anything other than Brooks streaming by, right? There was nothing, there was no carnage, there was nothing like that. I would never put that on there. If he hit somebody, I would never do that. But this woman was so upset after he went by. It was like she was a brand new mom, and it just hit her. And she became so emotional, and she was telling her husband, "Why? We're at a freaking parade. Why do people have to do that?" And it was like 3-minute rant of her to her husband saying, "This, I want to get out of this town. I'm tired of this. We can't be safe anywhere." And my first thought was, you have a new mom who probably is so paranoid about her child, right? She doesn't
Yeah.
want to take her anywhere. She doesn't want the child to get sick. She's just worried about, her child being exposed to different
This
things. And
guy
so
just zoomed past her.
she finally finds an atmosphere that's child friendly. And so she takes the child to that, and look what happens. And it's like, bless her heart. And so I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it on my channel, but I did want to talk to somebody about it. So what I did was, I only have like 20 members. So I said, I'm going to put this out to my members, and you guys tell me, should I put this out on my channel? Because I don't know if I should or not. And I
No.
did it that way. And I ended up taking it down.
Yeah.
But one of my members, Ames, was telling me, she goes, Kerry, think about it. If you were in that situation, would you want yourself put out there? And I said, no, I wouldn't. So you're right. And so I ended up taking it down. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I had a similar situation with Judge Bryant, where she went off on a lot of what are called law tubers or Zoom tubers, and she's complaining about people rebroadcasting her court streams. She says it's illegal, but obviously fair use. You're putting it up on YouTube, and you're complaining it's up on YouTube. But yes, it is. What do you mean?
no, it's not illegal.
Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, it's fair use. You're putting it on YouTube, and then you're complaining people are reposting on YouTube. Like the argument seems so circular to me. It just seems so absurd. But then I really came to like, okay, but if she isn't comfortable being rebroadcasted on other people's YouTube channels, do I now have a moral obligation to respect her wishes and not put her stuff up? And I adhered to that for a little while. Like I stopped posting Judge Bryant content, and then I eventually kind of just, I personally like internalize conflict. So anytime I'm approached with like any type of confrontation like that, I just immediately back off and hands off, and okay, it's my fault. But having time to process, I kind of eventually came to the conclusion of, you're putting it out there. And she's also live streaming, reaping the benefits of the popularity she's earned through these court streams, which she's more than happy to fucking do. Like, you're more than happy to reap the benefits. But the second people start posting mean comments, all of a sudden you have a problem with other people posting your content up. So again, it's like the Don Woods thing. Like, in one hand, you're happy for the attention and all your live streams are getting all these views, and you're going to monetize your channel and everything's all great. But the second you start getting mean comments, now it's illegal and it's immoral and you don't like it. Fuck you. You can't have it both ways.
Okay, but do you do the whole thing, or do you just do clips?
So I guess I don't know what you mean by whole thing. I won't take her entire court stream and rebroadcast it. I'll go find a chunk that's entertaining and add my commentary on top. It's transformative.
Okay.
Like, there's the squirrel on there and all that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're just putting some clips from her, she should look at it from, you're actually advertising for her.
Yeah.
But people don't look at it like that. People don't look at it like that, unfortunately.
I love Judge Bryant too, Detective Boy, if that's sounding enough in the comments. I love Judge Bryant. And like, it really was upsetting for me to hear her say that, because it was like so, I guess, like tone deaf or ignorant, I think is the way to put it. It's like you have no clue what's going on in the world. And you just don't like people are saying mean things about you. It's I don't know. How are you going to be a public figure in that circumstance and then be so pressed about some YouTube comments? Whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Each their own.
Hey, I wanted to ask you guys, would y'all want to come? Because I've never put this on my channel at all, but if I did the whole interview of Suitcase Sarah, would y'all come on and watch that interview with me and do commentary on it?
You mean Sarah Boone?
We could have so much fun. Suitcase Sarah Boone, yeah.
Yeah, I
Suitcase
don't love her, but I like talking smack about her. Yes, look, she's on my walls. The suitcases.
Is she?
Yeah, the suitcases. Yeah, and then Kohlberger's up there.
Yeah.
What's the scissors again? I always forget the scissors.
The scissors is Chandler Halderson. He's next week. Conclusion.
Oh, yeah, he cut up his pants.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's next week, so I can retire the wall and make room for the new criminals coming up. Honey,
Lori, thank you so much for coming. We're wrapping up here pretty soon, but thank you so much for coming today.
Bye, babe. Bye, Lori.
But yeah, anytime. Actually, I live stream on Fridays too, so we go through. It's usually like true crime-ish with it's very ADHD like this, where it's like I'll think of something and it's like, okay, let's go on a little detour. I'll send you an invite. Happy to come on anytime. Kerry.
Okay, yeah, I'll work around your schedules. I don't want, and that's another thing too. If you guys are going live sometime, let me know what your schedules are when you're live, so I won't do this. I won't go live when y'all are live. But
Oh,
yeah, I'd
Every
love to.
Friday at 5:30
Okay,
Eastern.
all right, good to know.
my schedule's all up in the air. I know like a few hours before I know exactly. So I'm like, live, here I am. Whoever's 0. Yeah.
No announcement. They call that a pop-in. Pop-in.
I am look, yeah, a lot of my stuff. I mean, it's scheduled, but it's also not scheduled. I just show up when the schedule allows it. I have a baby, please.
I know.
People are tuning out here too. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just love watching Alistair reaction to different.
I
It's
know.
hilarious.
Alistair.
Oh, I'm taking you home. All right, we're going home.
No.
Oh, okay. Where are we going?
We need our final thought, babe.
Oh, the final thought. Okay, good. And then okay, so forget. Sure, final thought. Hi, Kerry. No, final thought. Hold on, I need to. Oh, right.
The final thought.
You guys are laughing at my slides.
It's just so great.
This is so Saturday Night Live. This is so Saturday Night Live.
It's such a good time. The
Still
final
waiting
thought.
for my beefy answer though.
I love
Answer
how.
what?
Look,
Did I miss
it's
a question?
It's like the stick theater is a Frenchman. Enchanté. The final thought, he's British. The final thought. I love all the culture that we have here. It's great. It's just amazing.
Yeah, we're developing our own lore and inside jokes, just like a real YouTube channel. Look at us go.
We're gonna be great. Anyway, final thought. Look, final thought on Darrell Brooks. Oh, darn it. Look at that. It's live. No editing here. Wait, click. 1 second. Let me look at my notes. Okay, got it. All right, rewind.
You got this, bro.
No. Yes, look. Final thought. Listen, we just watched Darrell Brooks, pretty much a little snippet of his whole story. Even throughout this craziness of his nonsense, people still think that he's innocent. And at the end of the day, listen, you might believe what you want to believe, you might think what you want to think, but if someone's action equates to intentional violence, you have a moral obligation to drop that person. If the person
not physically.
Not physically. Like if someone you adore, believe in, and all that stuff, if that person intention turns into intentionally harming somebody else, you have the moral obligation to stop what you're thinking and rethink where you're going with this. Because if someone is truly for good, peace, positivity, or anything that is positive, harming someone intentionally, for whatever the case may be, is never the answer. So I say that to say, because some people still think he's innocent. Yeah, I read this down. Some people think he's innocent. Some people not only think he's innocent, some people, it's a small portion, but if you look on Reddit a little hard, you'll see there's a little subreddit about people who still put the race card on him. And I'm seeing there like, okay, fine, let's just assume that's correct. But this person called Darrell Brooks intentionally put harm on someone. Why do you support that? Do you know what I mean? So that's my final thought. It's like,
just to touch on what you're talking about a little bit, it's very cyclical to what's going on in my life. You know, as you know, Kerry, you might not, but I'm very much in a transitional period. And I am learning more and more as I develop new relationships, and sometimes I'm letting others go, that whether people are coming into my life or they're going, boundaries are just so important. They're one of the things that, like, even just in therapy, I'm really focusing on, because it's been something I've struggled with my entire life. You know, I tend to be like a fixer and a people pleaser. And so my boundaries are very quick to come down in the needs and services of others. So what I'm trying to do, and to try act and employ on a daily basis, is protect myself first and foremost, and not be shy or afraid or anxious about throwing those boundaries up and those walls up. Because ultimately, like you say all the time, if I'm not taking care of me, I can't take it. I can't take it for anybody else. You know what I mean? Like if my mental health isn't where it needs to be, and I'm not emotionally and spiritually, whatever, in a place where I need to, you know, it might not be in that moment, but eventually, you know, God forbid I could relapse. I mean, a million things could happen, you know, so it might be difficult in the face of it to throw those boundaries up at it, but in the long run, it will ultimately cause you less pain. So, you know, do the dollar smart move and not the penny smart move, and throw those boundaries up when you need to, and don't be afraid to just cut people off too. You know what I mean? Like I've had to do it and it hurts, but God, I was so much better for it once I made that commitment to just, you're a toxic person and I'm done with you. So, amen. Preach.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Can I have a final thought?
Yes!
Yes! I love it. She's
How
chiming
dare you
in.
even think you couldn't? Excuse me?
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, hang on. I got to get my soapbox out. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
No,
You
well,
can't
all I
see
want
it. A little squirrel is setting up a tiny little box for her to stand on in a high heel. Okay, go ahead.
He just a squirrel trying to get a nut. I mean, a soapbox. Okay.
It's the second time I've heard that joke today.
I love it though because it works. It's not censor worthy because it's a squirrel looking for a nut. What?
There you go.
That's right.
I just wanted to say that, and I think the two of you will agree with me on this, that although we find the trial, we've found it to be very humorous in some pieces. We're laughing at the idiot who is Darrell Brooks, right? We're not laughing at the DA. We're not laughing at the judge. We're not laughing at the police department or the victims or the victims' families. I just hope that everybody understands that we do respect the victims. It's just, I think we've all handled it in a very professional way, and nobody's gotten out of control with it. I don't think that I know of on
It's
this
always
particular
been
topic.
the focus of my channel to focus more on clowning Daryl than really try to hammer home on the sensitive events. I mean, yes, you want to touch on that stuff because you want to be respectful to it, but, and I'm not going to go on a whole tangent here, but I did have just a very brief communication with one of the, not one of the direct victims, but a family member. And I asked them, you know what I mean? Like, do you find my content inappropriate? Is there anything I shouldn't be talking about? And they were more or less like, oh no, man, he was all about clowning on Brooks too. So again, with the impetus being on that Brooks is an idiot and you're not, you know, laughing at someone's expense, I think everyone's going to be on board with that. And again, that was the intention of today's show. And you know, they're so more focusing on the events in a respectful manner than getting into the trial. I think we walk that balance okay. So I think all of us try to walk that best we can.
Well, guys, thank you so much for having me. I have had so much fun doing this with y'all.
Yeah, this was great. Great show. I think this is going to do well. This has been the most consecutive years we've had for our podcast. So thank you for glowing us up today.
Look, at the end, I mean, at least for me, I'm having a great time. I tell everybody this is one of the best time of my life, minus my daughter and my husband. But you know, best time of my life. This YouTube thing
you
is
mean
one of the best
right this period or doing
no,
the show?
just
Or
this whole YouTube experience. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. The view is great, but like look at this chat. I've connected with a lot of the people on the chat. Like you know, it's just all of it. You know, because you have people who don't interact. Like the interaction of it all, it's just so intoxicatingly
it's changed
great.
my life in so many amazing ways that I couldn't have possibly anticipated or prepared myself for. And we're very grateful for you.
I am very cool. Very happy. I mean, I'm very full happy. Whatever happens next, I'm good. This is great. I'm having a great time. So I'm having fun.
And it brought us together, Alistair. We've become such good friends. And I've made real life, probably lifetime connections through YouTube.
Olympia is going to be like 15 and be like, Daddy, Papa. Sorry, I'm not Daddy. He's Daddy.
You're like, who's the Uncle Squirrel Man? Can Uncle Squirrel Man?
Why are you talking to By the way, random. Sometimes I put my show on the TV, and Olympia looks at me on the show, and she goes like that. She's like,
"Who's that?"
I'm like, yeah.
That's like when The Rock played Moana for his daughter, and he started to sing the song along with the movie, and she was putting her hands on his mouth, going, "Stop! You're ruining it." He's staying alive.
It's so funny.
All right.
Any
Final things to say here before we wrap up?
No,
Kerry,
I'm just gonna take us home. Take us home. Thank you so much for being here. You understand
Hold
that
on,
without
give Kerry an opportunity. Kerry, do you have anything you want to plug or say before we go?
Yeah.
Oh no, just meet me on the live stream on Monday. Let's go watch.
If you go on my behalf, I won't be able to be there.
We'll message on Discord. We'll work it out.
By the way, wait, hold on. Is it okay if I pop in while in the airport and say hello and then pop out?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So depending on where I am on the day, I could be in the airport. If I'm not in the airplane, I just come in to say hello and then I just pop right back out.
And it's 8:30 Central Time, not Eastern.
Okay. I might pop in the airport.
And we'll throw your channel link up there too, and we'll put this link as well. So we'll plug all of them. I think that's awesome. Yeah, because usually when there's a hearing, I get more traffic. So
that's awesome. I'll just come in and say hello and be stupid. Because honestly, that's how I am in real life. Unless I'm working. When I'm working, I'll stare. I'm not that nice. But no. But not working, I'll stare. Please, I'm just an idiot. It's the best thing ever. Yeah.
All right. Take us home, Daddy.
Okay, I'll take you home, baby. You see, Kerry, they think we have an affair. No, it's okay.
No. Take me home, senpai. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Senpai!
Cameroon!
All right, I'll start focus. Now, everybody, thank you so much for being here. You understand, without you, we're not here without you. So your eyeballs is what we need. Eyeballs in your brain and your life. So eyeballs alone is not enough. We're true crime, so I have to be specific. Don't send me eyeballs, okay? And so without your eyeballs, we're not here. So thank you so much. If you're from the replay crew, please comment away, even though we're not here, but just comment away for the fun of it. And then,
if you're not subscribe. All you algorithmists, top-inners, you subscribe. Dang it.
Exactly. And press like, please. And then that's it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
End transmission.
Thank you for watching.